Good morning, everybody. It's Mrs. Chapman here, and welcome to another great day to learn. Today, we are going to be focusing some time on mandalas. We are going to be creating mandalas and coloring the mandalas, and I want to show you a little bit more about what mandalas can become. Now, this is a coloring sheet from Mrs. Russell's room, and I think one of my students started coloring it and didn't quite finish it, or maybe I started coloring it. I'm not quite sure. But I found this, and I thought, oh, this would be a great thing to show everybody. All right, so this is what I know about mandalas. I looked this up on the internet this morning before making this video. Mandalas are a spiritual symbol in Buddhism and Hinduism. It's a symbolic representation of the universe with an inner and outer world. Mandalas have also become a generic term in America and Europe. For those cultures, it seems more like it's a circular ornament, and it's a relaxing tool in art and art therapy. So I'm going to just go ahead and put this blank one up here. This is what I know about mandalas, besides them being a really fun thing for us to create. I do know, after taking an art therapy class online, I've learned that they've done studies on coloring, and they showed a coloring sheet, a plaid pattern, and then they did a mandala, which is a circular type of pattern. And they said that by far the most relaxing thing for people to color is a mandala. So I thought that this would be a really good time for us to focus some energy on making a mandala. You can make them at home, and you can color them at home, and you can turn them into different things. All right, so in the past, I have made Mexican folk art mirrors with my third grade students, and they are really mandalas. This is an example of one that I made. They just have the middle cut out, and then we replaced the backing with a piece of tin. And I did this. I've got two examples to show you about that today. But really, all a mandala is, it's a circle, but it has patterns inside of it. It has a lot of geometric shapes. It has a lot of line designs. It's all about making repeated patterns throughout the entire thing for your mandala. So I want to show you a quick and easy way for you to do this. You don't need that many art materials at home. A simple piece of copy paper will work. And then your pencil, and I'll just take out a pencil. Pencil will work. Turn this around, and this actually fits quite nicely on my paper. So I'm just going to stick it in the middle there. And then I'm going to put my hand on the object that I'm going to trace, simply so it doesn't move. I'm going to trace the object just like so. Okay. Once I'm done, oh, look at all the dirt. I'm going to lift up my object. Now I'm going to cut it, and I'll be right back. I'll cut it, and then I'll come right back to show you what the next step is. Out my piece of paper, I made it into a circle. Now the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to find the center of that circle. And the easiest way to do that is to fold your circle in half, and then fold your circle again, just like so. Now, my circle, when I cut it, it's not perfect. That's okay. Not a big deal. All right, so I'm going to open it up, and this is going to be the midpoint or the center of my circle. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to make my designs. And one thing that I love to do when I'm making these designs is I like to take different circular objects, and I like to try to put them in the middle just because I like the circle effect. I like having those repeated circles. So you kind of have to stand over it a little bit, and I'm going to try to do this without getting my head in the camera. But I'm going to put my circular object in the middle. Again, I'm going to hold it down. If it's not in the middle, that is okay. You do want to try to get it in the middle as much as possible, but it's all right if it's not. Okay, so this is my first circle, and as you can see, it was definitely not in the middle. This is a little bit bigger. This is a little bit smaller. If you want to do it again, you can. For my purposes, though, I want to try to show you how to do this as quickly as possible and let you go at it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put another object in my circle. Now, you probably recognize this. This is my cup that I have all of my large paintbrushes in. And when you go around your house, you'll be able to find different objects to trace that circle. So this one, I have a really nice big opening on this side. And then I've got a little bit of a smaller opening here, or not a smaller opening, but a smaller circle here. So I can choose, all my dirt, I can choose either one. Now on this, I can't really tell from the middle, so I have to look at the edge. I have to look at these sides, and I have to try to find the middle this way. And again, I'm going to hold down my object when I do my tracing. Nice. Okay. So this is what's coming up. All right. So I think I'm actually going to stop there. And I'm going to start to divide my circle off into sections. So I am going to take my ruler and I'm going to start to draw some straight lines. And I don't have to draw some straight lines throughout the whole entire thing. I think I might just want to draw my straight line on here and here. Then I'm going to draw my straight line. I'm trying to figure out where my midpoint is. I'm going to draw my straight line here and here. Okay. So I start to develop some straight lines. Now you can, if you want to draw a straight line right here, right in the midpoint. I think I'm going to do one here and here. And then here and here. Now, the reason why I'm doing that is just to go ahead and start dividing my paper off into sections. So that's what it's starting to look like. So I've got these sections that are divided up, and now I can go ahead and I can start creating my designs. If you look at this mandala that's right here, remember that it's a circular pattern. They are doing the same designs throughout. They have it divided up into different sections. So for example, this right here is divided up. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these peacock feather type things. And then we have all of these different lines throughout, but it's the same exact pattern. It's in a circular pattern. It's called radial symmetry. So we have this pattern throughout. Same thing with this section. I feel like these are eyeballs. So they could be a peacock feather or they could be an eyeball, depending on how you look at it. But we've got these eyeballs, and then we've got these straight lines coming in. So this is another design element. Then they've got these round circles throughout the next section, and they decorated those. Then they have these, I don't even know what you would call them, but they're beautiful, aren't they? They've got these, and then they've got these little, maybe petals. Let's call them petals. They're petals. And then we've got these different petals throughout the entire thing on the other side as well. Now, this is just the drawing of it. Now think of all the things that you can color, the different ways that you can color this. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to start making our designs. All right, so this is how to get started. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start making my designs. I'm going to do this off camera simply because I don't know how to do that little fast forward time lapse option. I don't have that on this video. So I'm going to decorate it first, and then I'll show you what I come up with, and then I'll begin coloring. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I am working on my drawings for my mandala, and I created this in the middle. So we have some curved lines, some dotted lines, wavy lines in here. And then I turned the camera on simply so you could see that it's all about repetition. We're working on radial symmetry. We are working on making sure that each piece is the same as the other one. So you can't do something different. And that's actually a good thing. That's very calming and very relaxing. So it does help to count. I am making my peaks right here on my triangles, and I've got 3 in each slice. So I've got 1, 2, 3. So I'm just going to continue working on that pattern. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to do that all the way around. All the way around. Okay, and then once I'm done, I can also work on designing some things on the inside. So I think I'm just going to go around and I'm going to do a dot, swirl, dot, dot, swirl, dot, dot, swirl, dot. Okay, and I'm going to just do that all the way around. And then I'm going to work on my designs out here and in here. Try to keep in mind as you're working on your designs that the more things that you have, the better, the more details that you have, the better your design is going to be overall when you're finished. All right, thank you. So this is what it looks like when I am all done creating the designs. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start coloring in the mandala. And I have to make sure, again, that I am using the same colors throughout. I'm using the same patterns throughout, just so I'm really focusing on the idea of the circle and radial symmetry. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I am done with coloring my mandala, and this is what it looks like when it's finally finished. For the last step, after I colored everything in, I just took a pen and I darkened in some of the pencil lines that I wanted to show up a little bit more because they had been covered up when I colored it with the colored pencil. So I just did that as a finishing touch. Okay, so this is, again, a very relaxing, calming activity for you to do at home. It's made with a simple piece of copy paper. Use a straight edge to make your straight lines. Try to see if you can find some round objects around your house to go ahead and fill up the different designs. Look online. There's so many mandalas out there, so many design elements that are out there to help you. Zentangle designs work really well with mandalas. So I encourage you to play around with this great art activity. All right, have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye.